Welcome to the first episode of Being Mac Talks, where we bring you the word of the week over week, with the purpose of showing you and ourselves an avenue to success that we all desire by showing up week over week for you all and in our day-to-day lives, giving you the value needed on your journey to freedom. That being said, B, let's kick us off.
What's going on, everybody? And again, we're doing this to highlight the words that we use on a daily basis and how it can impact our future and ultimately be the path to success that we desire. And again, y'all, we're doing this so y'all can come on the journey with us. One of my goals is to get better at public speaking. And that's what I'm doing right now by showing up in front of the camera. And I want to show y'all the authentic me because as this path going on to my success, we all are gonna grow in the success, and hopefully, you guys take this serious with us. And I kick it back over to my brother Mac.
Yep. So since it's the first episode, my name is Thomas Isaiah McCafferty. Hence the Mac part comes from my last name. A few of my close friends, they call me Mac. In high school, I went by Thomas. My household, as far as family, church, etc., all call me Isaiah. So you'll hear it all the time, but I just wanted you to know the full government. So if you needed to find me, I go by Thomas, I go by Isaiah, I go by Mac, I go by McCafferty, all that. So I just wanted you to kind of get the gist of who I am, right? Showing up to you guys authentically each and every week, right? So, like B said, the purpose of this podcast and the purpose of us being on Being Mac Talks is to shed light to those words that we use every day, right? Like we may use words that we may not understand. We may use words in our verbiage that we may use, but just like, oh, what we don't really know what it really means. So our purpose on coming on to Being Mac Talks is to shed light to them, right? To show you guys why words are important. Words are how we communicate with each other, right? Communicate with humans. So we're here every week to show you guys the importance of why words are important. So each week we'll be breaking down words. Some weeks we'll break down words that you're familiar with. Some weeks it'll be unfamiliar. But the whole point of it is to show you the value of words and the importance of communication through words. With that being said, B, take us off the word of the week.
Yeah, the word of the week. With it being the beginning of the year, why not be the word consistent? Are you consistent? Consistent. What do consistent mean? Consistent mean to me is, doing something over and over again till it's normal. It's normal. It's actually not normal when you don't do it. Like you go to work every day, you show up to work every day. You don't show up, everybody like, oh, whoa, where you at? That's consistent. But yeah, that's a big impactful word, bro. We use it a lot within like our days, like, and we use it kind of loosely because how consistent are you? Consistent, are you just showing up once a week, twice a week, twice a month, three, four times a month? How? Like how many times you go to the gym out the month? How many times, like, how consistent are you? So we want to be mindful of how impactful that be. So the more consistent you are, the more reliable you are, the more leverage you have on getting something done because you're consistently doing it and you're disciplined. And and that's what consistent mean to me. And what's your takes on it, brother?
Man, you said it best. I mean, I have to piggyback off reliable. Reliable is a big one for me because it just reminds me of trust, right? When I think of consistency, first thing that comes to mind to me is that dependable piece, right? And when you think about dependable, it's like, hold up, that is the reliable piece, right? But it also means trust, right? So when you think about consistency, you can depend on somebody, and the reason why you can depend on them is because it's a reoccurring thing. It's constant, right? It's gonna continuously happen. So for me, like, it's unchanged, right? Consistency is unchanged. It's something that's gonna keep on happening, and you know it's gonna happen, right? Like kind of like those subscriptions. Everybody got a Netflix, Hulu, whatever those subscriptions that you have, you know, specific to you. And those subscription will do what? They'll take out money of your account every month or bi-weekly or however often you have it set up. You have it set up for them to take money out. So the same way goes for consistency. The same way you could show up every day in the gym, you could show up and read. You could show up for whatever journey you're trying to, or whatever journey you're trying to go down, i.e., podcasts, i.e., different type of content. Whatever you trying to do on your journey, whether you trying to lift the most weight or you're trying to your goal to your first pull up, whatever you're trying to do, push up, you name it. But are you consistent? And what's going to happen is once you become consistent, you actually won't even think about it anymore. It'll be unconscious, right? And what happens when you start doing stuff consciously enough, it becomes habitual. You create a habit, right? And what happens is with habits, they're unconscious after a while. When you tie your shoe, do you have to look? Right now, I can tie my shoe and go down here. Tie my shoe, guess what? I don't have to look. It's habitual. It's literally unconscious. That's how you show up every day, and that's what I think of when I think of consistency. I'm thinking of something that's habitual, something that you've created that is now unconscious. Excuse me, unconscious. That was conscious, but you put in a number of reps to make it unconscious, and now it's just your everyday lifestyle. And honestly, something that you don't have to think about. I love it. I love it, B. Consistency.
Consistency, how is it impactful to us? And how could it help us? It can help us by, us that by gaining stability for the things that we want and desire, right? Like the drive and the confidence to do the things regardless of the adversity that comes with those moments. If you're consistently doing it, you're confident. You have you putting in the work, so you're doing it, so you have that drive. So you don't care about the results because you put in the work, so you'll live or die by it. Like, so that's how you get down with being consistent. And how can it affect you? Like if you just lazy and not doing nothing every day, you just letting time go by. Think about this. Every second that go by is the past. And like these days go by so fast. It's almost like seconds. So think about the days as seconds. If you're not doing that with your days and you're not consistently doing what you want to be, like from 5 years from now, if you're not consistent with where you want to be, are you going to be where you want to be in 5 years? Y'all let me know. But yeah, that's how it impacts me. And that's what I think and how it will impact our future. And what you think, brother?
Man, you hit it on the head. I love it. I mean, you're right. It shows up in your day to day, right? Like if you're consistent, I think when you think about consistency, you have to think about me first. And that's not to be selfish, but it is. You need to think about you because how can you spread light or how can you tell anybody about consistent if you're not, right? Like, let's not be a hypocrite. Let's talk about self first, right? So if we're talking about how can I be consistent, first thing we got to think about, if you ask me how I would be or how I would look at consistent, I think about health and I think about habits. I talked about it earlier, but health and habits are key. Health is your lifestyle. How are you living? Are you eating well? Do you eat horribly? Like, what's your diet? And this is all consistent. It goes along with consistent. Obviously, are you eating trash every day? I'm not saying that you can't have a cheat meal here and there, but how is your diet, right? What habits have you created? Do you read every day? If you say you want to be a good communicator, if you want to create content, are you building your brain? Are you feeding yourself with knowledge to grow, to be that content creator that you want, to be that basketball player, that football player? Are you putting in the work and understanding that what comes with that? Basketball player, you have to get on an interview. If you expect to be the best player in the world, guess what? If you become that best player in the world, guess what? You're going to have to communicate. Your voice matters. You impact a big community behind you. Think about LeBron James. When he first came in the league, all he could do was what? Play basketball, right? A lot of great players. But what happens is they get on the stage and they progress in their career. And now you see them on interviews. You see them doing different things because they understand that they can play basketball, but they also have other talents. That comes with being consistent. He stayed consistent. Now he's a well-spoken individual. Same thing with you. You can be the same way, but in any avenue. It doesn't have to be a professional basketball player. It could be whatever you would like it to be. So, like I said, start with self first. It comes with the family. It comes with that relationship that you want. Be consistent. If you say you're going to take your lady out every week or every other week or you spending time with your lady and you segmenting times out of your life saying, okay, I'm going to put this in my schedule. And that goes to another thing, putting stuff in your schedule so your life is organized, taking care of your wife, taking care of your kids if you have kids, whatever the situation is in business. in your finances so you don't have to worry about that money that you was like, oh, I ain't got enough. I'm about to be short this month. No, you can set up your life where you consistent in everything, right? Where you know that that bill is on auto pay because I didn't overspend my means. I don't have to live paycheck to paycheck because I didn't go over my means. I live below my means, right? So consistency works for everything. If you consistent in your lifestyle, consistent in your finances, consistent in your spiritual journey, consistent in all these different areas, what happens is you become the product that you desire to be. That's the key. Consistency literally is a lifetime journey, but you start realizing, oh man, I'm really becoming a better speaker. I'm on here just like B. I want to grow my communication skills. I understand that I will be on a public speaking stage in the future. If I understand that, then I need to build my vocabulary. My lifestyle needs to be in line with my dreams, but I can't sit on the couch and be lazy while doing it. So I have to show up, whether I feel like it or not, whether emotionally, yeah, days I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. Bro, the bed feel amazing. Sleep feel good. Yeah, I ain't getting up today to go. I'm cool. That is a good. Everybody feels that. I promise you, you're not going through it by yourself. We are all fighting that same battle. But what I'm saying is, showing up every day will get to that 5-year journey that B mentioned earlier. It'll get you to that goal that you wanted, or that person that you see in 5 years. And then when you hit that goal, guess what? You're gonna want to go even harder. I'm only hitting small goals, and I know B has hit several small goals for himself. But trust me, when you hit them, you like, oh, this is good. But guess what? I gotta keep going. I got more to. I got more. I got more. I got more. So when you hit those different goals, it's gonna be beautiful. And we're by far any experts, but we understand that with time and being consistent at a thing, you will gain that skill at doing it. So I'm sorry to overtalk B, but you know I get passionate about consistency. It's big in my life, and I definitely value consistency. With that being said, we'll pass it back over to you, brother.
Nah, brother, that was beautiful, bro. I understand. You see the passion, you can see the passion and the drive in your voice, bro. It's it's all in your face, bro. But again, bro, consistent. Like put it like this: if an opportunity presents itself right in front of you right now, but you have to have the certain skills, are you ready? But if you're consistent, you'll be ready for the opportunity. And I say this to myself all the time. If you don't believe in yourself, how can anybody else believe in you? And I stuck to that. I've stuck to that for a while, and I've completed, and I've accomplished like small goals within my journey. And and I want to show you guys on the journey that I'm on now, and hopefully you guys come on the journey with me and putting in the reps, putting in the work, and just staying consistent every day and just doing the things that you want to do, and how that can impact you in so many ways, as far as on a day-to-day basis, on a yearly basis. And that's where it comes down to that 5-year rule. And I like that. And if y'all want a video on that, I'll make a video. Both of us will make a video on the 5-year rule. And y'all just drop comments. And of course, we want you guys' takes and feedback of how we can make the show better. And we just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm excited. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it back to my brother for his final takes.
Hey man, you said it best. Like I said, this is our first video, y'all. We super excited, and we know it's not going to be perfect. That's the part of the journey that we love the most. We understand that whether this reaches the masses or not, we're coming back next week, the week after, the week after, the week after, because we understand what consistency does, and the reps will pay off. All work works. I leave you with that, B. You can close us out.
And again, you guys like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time on another episode of BM Mac Talks.
Peace.